We've got another new project today, and it is this small buffet. But that's not this video, but you should definitely check it out. Today I'm focusing only on the back piece. And the back piece, it has moldings on it, but they're damaged quite severely. I have removed the side pieces, these side moldings here, because as you can see, they're missing the top here, the base here. This one's missing the top here, piece here. So I'm going to make different moldings for this. The centerpiece, however, I'd like to keep this piece, but it also is missing this piece here. I usually keep a set of this around, and it is a mold putty to make molds that you can then cast later. It's a two-part, part A, part B, and you mix equal parts and smush them together until they're all blended, and then you can put it over your mold and make a new one. I have another mold of this on the china hutch that matches this buffet. I got both pieces, and so I'm going to go ahead and I am going to mold that piece so that I can then remove this and replace it and still keep the original look. So what I've done is I've just taken one of my little paint jars and I've measured out equal parts of part A and part B. And we're just going to smush those together until they are a consistent color. We want them all blended together the same. And I ordered this off of Amazon, and we'll put the link in the description. And now that we've got a consistent color, we're going to come over here. And I've just laid this piece down, and I'm just going to smush it over the mold that I want to cast. And you can do this on any piece that you have that has nice moldings, really, and then that way you can use those moldings later on other pieces. And I just want to be sure that I've got a good reservoir so that whenever I put my liquid in there to mold this, it's got somewhere to go. Okay, and now I'm just gonna see if I can flatten that out a bit. I don't want to push too hard, but I do want to give this a flat surface so that whenever I go to cast it and I've got it sitting on a table, that it sits there flat. Alright, so we're just gonna let that sit, and then we can take it off in just a bit. Now that this is set up, let's go ahead and remove it. See how we did. And now we have the ability to cast that mold. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And now let's go ahead and cast this piece. And I'm going to cast a few more little bits and odds and ends here too. What we have is Amazing Casting resin, and it takes equal parts A and B again. So we're going to go ahead and get those, and just going to go ahead and put part A in here, B, and then we're going to mix part A and B together in a cup, and then we're going to stir them up, give them a good stir. If they're in a clear cup, it'll go cloudy, and then just keep mixing until it goes clear again, and then pour it into your molds. It should be good. Then I do have a little extra, so I'll just pour this into here. Alright, we'll just wait on these to change colors. They'll go to a white color, and then they'll be ready to pull out. Now let's check these molds. I think they should be done So I'm just gonna open that up. See how we did. A few little edges to trim, but not so shabby. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That little edge there, just give that a cut. It's easier to trim these when they are soft, so kind of right after you've cast them. I knew that this one was not going to be perfect, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. But you can get a perfect mold if you take the time and really want one. So it's a perfect way to get extra molds from pieces that you think, oh, what beautiful moldings this has. You can replicate those and put them on other pieces. And I find that that is where this really shines. If you're finding things in the videos that are helpful, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Your support really helps us so much to move up in the YouTube algorithm, and your comments do as well. We do appreciate all of you who have commented and liked and subscribed. It's because of you that we're able to continue to make the videos. Oh, got a little something going on here. Let's just go ahead and cut that off. Yep. The one that I took off is right here. And it looks like I could cut this and replace here. And then I've got this one. I actually have the piece, so I could repair the original, which is what I might do, and then recast this mold to use on other things if I wanted to. Now these, when they first get molded, they're quite flexible, so if you had something that you needed to bend around, as long as you put tape on it, whenever it's finished casting, it's gonna stay in that bent shape. Just going to cut this side off of this molding. Now these moldings are not they're not one piece. They're like little layers of mold. So they're not composite, but they're kind of made like a composite. I guess more of a plywood type mold. Now they won't stain, so just keep that in mind, that you can't really stain resin, so they will not hold stain. There we go. Once that's attached, it'll look just fine. Then we've got these little bits, which are to repair this piece here. It's missing a little bit there, so if I cut that off, I can just fix that. And that's the bottom piece, and then this will go on the top here. Kind of like that. Once it's in situ, it'll look better. These are the epoxy molds that we poured, and what I have done is I have just put a coat of Ben's primer on them, and then we are now putting the black paint on top. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my little toolkit here and clean up some of this. This is the caulking that we put on this little molding, and we're just gonna clean up those areas that aren't quite perfect. I did a little bit of it off camera, but just to show you that, you know, other tools can be used to create those details that you really, really want. And I know a lot of us do have these kits that you can buy off of Amazon to get little detail pieces, carvings, things that we want done. Just helps you to really, really get in there good. Now I'm going to get a little paint on this because it really helps me to visualize and see if I've got everything right. So I just want to get my little brush. I'm going to give that a little paint just so that I can really get a good view of it. Sometimes the only way to do things is just to remove them, and that way you get the absolute best angles to paint at.